The Big Break Legacy is brought to you in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry.
Last week, Ezra challenged our 6 entrepreneurs to get their hands dirty in an eco-preneurship challenge. The teams recycled discarded plastic into an innovative product with potential for job creation and marketability.
Sean, the blue chip, scored an extra 15 minutes in the recycling factory for the green team, and they put it to good use. Sean and Macy, both from the green team, came up for review. Ezra and the board decided it was Macy who had to go home. Meanwhile, Sebenzile showed vision with an educational product that had legs in the market. As a reward, she was given a BlackBerry smartphone.
Each of our final 5 entrepreneurs stand a chance to walk away with the incredible grand prize, a 5 million rand investment into their business. With nothing to lose and everything to gain, they'll have to bring their A game if they hope to get their shot at the big break.
Business ideas and opportunities are everywhere, but it takes a certain kind of person to spot them. It takes an entrepreneur. Someone who can recognize an opportunity and turn it into a successful business. South Africa needs world-class entrepreneurs. The Big Break Legacy is going to find one. From thousands of hopefuls, 12 of the country's finest entrepreneurs made it through. From all walks of life, from all parts of the country, all with one thing in common: the drive and ambition to convince our 4 board members that they should be the winner of the 5 million rand investment prize. The Big Break Legacy.
The last 30 years or so have seen technology develop at breakneck speed. Computers, cell phones, and the internet have changed the way we live, the way we communicate, and the way we do business. Tonight, our entrepreneurs will have to cross the digital divide and apply their real-life skills online in an e-business concept. I'm Masachaba Lekalake. Welcome to the Big Break Legacy.
The remaining 5 entrepreneurs can be proud to have made it this far, but each of them will have to up their game. Ezra and the board are looking for a visionary who is deserving of the 5 million rand investment prize. Ellis has excused himself from the board this week due to business commitments. This week's entrepreneurial skill is to use the MTN Business in a Box to create an e-commerce platform for a small business in Sandton City.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to ask that we watch a video which is going to assist you guys with your next challenge. So please pay attention.
Small business starts with big dreams. We say, go for it.
What we would like for you to do, we will put you in Sandton City. You guys would identify a non-franchise and a non-corporate business, small business, that doesn't have online and e-commerce. Your challenge is to assist that business to establish an online and e-commerce platform. We are going to be measuring you on hit rates. So once you've created this e-platform, we want you to solicit orders using your database. We've also invited a guest, Corney Buotha, who's joining us, to come and talk to you about a toolbox that will assist you in meeting this challenge.
What we tried to do when we put the business starter pack together was to look at business tools and business support. So we've included the business tools, which you would find a laptop, a mini Wi-Fi router, and a smartphone. From a business support point of view, we have also included free access to the National Small Business Chamber. We've included access to MT and Biz Assist, which is a business concierge type of service. Think of it as a virtual PA. We have also included part of that, a business networking portal. We can integrate and network with other small businesses on that same portal. We've also included 500 Rands worth of Google AdWords. And last but not least, we've also included a free fax to email number that you can use.
Remember that you have access to an internet. You've got the cell phone, which all of these items make up the MTN business tool. You've got everything that you need to know about SMMEs in here. You've got 1.5 days to actually sort and meet this challenge. As we normally do, you're going to be separated into 2 teams. The blue chip will get to the pleasure of working with a 3-member team. The other team would just only be 2 people. Blue chip, well done on being a blue chip. Thank you. Okay?
Yeah.
Well done. Who do you want to work with?
I'd select Sean and Paul.
Sean and Paul?
Yeah.
To be selected by Sibinzile, I thought it was quite brave of her to select me. I have no history at all with e-commerce.
Lebu and Graham, you make the other teams. And what color would you want your team to be? Orange. Yeah. Orange team, and the green team is Lebu and Graham. Okay?
My man. I actually felt pretty good to be working with Lebo. I've got along very well with him every task that we work together.
You can now go to your think tanks. We'll be visiting you to find out as to what your thoughts are.
So the brief is to set up an e-commerce platform and to sell product through that platform using the MTN Business in a Box.
Sandton City, there's hundreds of shops. Can I write up some thoughts?
What is our target area? Where in Sandton are we going? Sandton Square is common.
And my instinct straight away is to break it down and say, what's the key things that we need to get right straight away? Choosing the right store is absolutely critical, right?
Yeah.
If we know the right store, then we know where.
What are the characteristics of the companies we're looking for? So middle class, they must be doing great business already.
As a great business, they'll have an e-commerce platform already.
Not always. And the reason why we might want to identify those is because it might help our hit rate if the company already has awesome products.
I don't come to Sandton, I think it's too pretentious. Sibinzile is not a Sandton girl, she's from Soweto. Paul is from Cape Town, so our research was literally to figure out, okay, what are the requirements for a perfect business to work with? How about the sex industry? So in terms of like dildos and that, because a lot of ladies have these dildo parties where a person comes to their house, they've got different dildos in different sizes. So the dildo idea was just a way out idea because sex sells, and on the internet, dildos really do sell, they do well.
I'm not comfortable using my expertise to
sell dildos. Yeah. We are actually so opposite, me and Paul. Very opposite.
I actually have a feeling that Sean was just testing me, and there wasn't really serious about it, and there's no chance I was going to be behind something like that, to be honest.
Socrati.
Yeah.
Definitely they've got a big
We see how people love the brand, eh?
Yeah. Can we call them and find out what's going on? How are you, Natalia? Hey, Natalie, we've got a task here, ne? To help a business in Sandton City. Okay. With online and e-commerce platform for you guys.
My approach to that problem is to say, what are the correct criteria and qualities of an excellent partner? And kind of break it down logically. Lebo's approach is to get on the phone, call Socrates, and arrange a meeting.
Sean, are you comfortable with your presentation?
Not at all.
I feel confident about this, man.
Yeah.
This is the freaking dream team, and we're back with Socrates.
Also, very important.
Hey guys,
Location.
we have to go.
With little to go on and no tangible ideas, the Orange team will have to improvise their presentation.
Okay, so our criteria that the business that we're looking for at the moment is either a fast-moving consumer good, one of the tourist and handmade product goods, or within the service industry. The most important thing that we're looking for is a company that is reputable and knows how to do business. Do they have the resources in terms of delivery? Are they computer savvy? Will they be able to handle an e-commerce site if we set up one for them?
Have you already identified a potential company or organization?
No.
You realize that you only have 36 hours to complete the task.
Yes.
The Orange team, unfortunately for me, it doesn't look like they have a clear plan. I think they're struggling to find their feet.
There wasn't much thought that went into their plan.
I am very surprised given that I had an expectation that they would deliver something tangible.
Up next, it's the Green team's turn to present their thoughts.
Our challenge is to develop a order-generating e-commerce platform for a retailer in Sandton City. We've got very restricted time and budget, and for those reasons, we believe that choosing the right partner is absolutely critical to this venture. The partner has to have the right product, preferably in this case an impulse product, probably with a brand angle that's open to discounting and event-type selling. We believe we've already identified the right partner in Socrates Shoes, who we previously worked with in our pop-up store. The end result of all this is to generate a large volume of orders within the next 36 hours, and we are feeling very excited to take on this task.
So currently they have no exposure to Facebook, Twitter, Stumble Upon, any of those sites. They haven't used those platforms.
No, they only have a web page, just a website.
Okay, so it's fair and square, you're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
They're the ultimate combination, and the plan is simple, clear, and my money's on the green team this time. Again.
Is it really on the green team?
Definitely.
I never know until the fat lady sings.
It's so true.
The green team can now start to make detailed plans to make the most of the 36 hours they have for this task, while the orange team are still making little progress and need guidance from the board.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Manna. Hi.
How are we doing?
Good. Good, thank you.
Okay, guys, I'll be honest, we're a bit concerned. Take us through what you're going to do. I don't see activation, I don't see activity. I don't understand what you're going to do.
We need to first decide on what industry we're going to focus on. Are we focusing on services or focusing on food?
Our concern is that you are all over the place, and this is going to be a big task for you guys if you approach it the way that you do.
We're overcomplicating it, guys, really.
Okay.
Look at the list, look at the stores, find a store that you believe will be a quick win.
Cost.
The orange team will need to agree on a business sector that will lend itself most to an e-commerce platform. They will have to work late into the night.
Or doesn't follow up on the order, then bad reputation.
It's day one of the task, and the teams only have 36 hours to implement an e-commerce strategy for a small to medium business in Sandton City using the MTN Business in a Box. Graham and Lebo from the Green Team have already decided on the business they're going to work with and start their morning by meeting with the manager of the store.
Natalia, our partnership is going to another level now. We've got this task.
Yes.
To help you with e-commerce.
Context is not just about knowing a lot of people, it's about having done great work for people and brought something special to the table. Then when you go to them again, they sort of immediately hear your voice on the phone. They think, wow, these guys are trustworthy, they do good stuff, let's work with them and see if they can make some magic again. What do you think about the whole wedding special event, one morning only type thing? Is that interesting to you?
That.
Can I see those shoes?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe let's have a look at them.
Let's have a look at the shoes.
So with Natalie agreeing to the project, the Green Team gets stuck in. Momentum is slow with the Orange Team. They start their morning back in the think tank, still trying to decide on a company to target for their e-commerce platform. Sean is battling to understand key concepts around the digital space.
It's got a good client base.
A voucher works, yes, to give someone a voucher. But when you do e-commerce like Bid or Buy, you're buying that product immediately. You're not bidding, you're not buying.
Sean, the definition of e-commerce is an online transaction. It's got nothing to do with what the product or service is. It's an online transaction.
So one can also buy
you can sell
a voucher.
anything.
Okay.
It can be a
voucher to this specific
Well, you can
store.
see I've got vouchers under the marketing and under the personal.
So going along with the definition, the telephone and fax sales that's not online. That's not e-commerce. So I'm not sure if we'll get kudos for those.
No, it's online because they got the information from online.
But that's like saying someone who goes to the website, gets information and goes into the physical store. That's also e-commerce.
Yeah, but we also got to think,
But
like
it's
I said, 36 hours to develop an e-commerce site.
I think the reason it took us long to get going is because myself and Sean just had no idea what e-commerce was except for what we've Googled, and that didn't really help much in terms of speeding the process or coming up with creative ideas.
The guys from the Green Team get a brief education on the complex field of shoes, and in particular, bridal shoes.
We've got the traditional white color. Then we've also got it, because there are a lot of brides who don't all wear white, right? There's also this one that comes in a champagne, Swarovski crystals mixed with a bit of lace, maybe with a little bit of bling.
What we can do, we can like create a wedding expo and then have a wedding dress person, and then also try
Like a
to
makeup
organize
artist and
a
a
makeup artist
coordinator.
and a wedding coordinator.
Yeah.
Muffins and cappuccino at Socrates. While you shop, you get a muffin.
So it becomes quite a social sort of thing.
Coffee.
Yeah.
What is?
Lebo does what he does best and immediately jumps to his cell phone to arrange a wedding planner and the elements they'll need for their mini wedding expo. Creating an event is a clever way to create talkability about the brand online and should help promote sales once they set up an e-commerce platform.
My first thing is they need to have a website. Because you can't reinvent the wheel. If they have a website, then it's already sorted.
I think the most important thing I actually think is rather that it's got a good client base, that it does well. It's a reputable store, that it's not a dodgy corner in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that could be an advantage and a disadvantage, because if they have already an established client base, then they're going to go, why do I need to set up an e-commerce
Because you can sell
site
more.
when people come here?
You can sell more.
But we can't handle the sales.
There is no shop that would say no to more sales.
You
Sean,
don't
that is
know
ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
What we're looking to do is to, within a 36-hour period, we want to promote their store through digital media, social media, etc. And the concept that we've come up with is a sort of half-day wedding event within the store. So that is Carlin at SA Weddings, which is just about the biggest wedding blog and websites in South Africa.
Okay, I'm going to just give you my email address.
Yeah, obviously the critical thing is to get the people who have influence to start pushing the event and punting it to their followers and fans. That's the whole idea, is that it's a very specific group of people that we're targeting. We want to make a very specific offer to them, get them into the store and make things happen in 3 hours tomorrow morning.
Back in the think tank, the Orange team debate whether lingerie is a potential product for the task.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. Thanks. All right, guys. Another one saying no. They're not comfortable with buying lingerie online.
The one friend said she'd buy both food voucher and a lingerie, yet for her age, she'd prefer lingerie.
To create something like that, that's awesome in under 36 hours and still get the sales.
It took a while before we got a rhythm. Half the time was spent on sorting out team dynamics.
We had all agreed to go with lingerie, and then it changed to food again. So we wasted a lot of time, yes, conversing.
Are you happy, Sean?
No, I'm not happy, but I'll do what the group wants, or the group leader, and we'll focus on restaurants.
The thing is, with Sean, I knew that if I didn't have him full on, then we'd have bigger problems down the line. So I tried to give him as much time before he finally came to the idea that we'd be using food and the different platforms.
Graham's fingers start doing the work as they start creating various platforms to market the brand.
And that one.
Okay. Next.
Next. Actually, no, you can put that one in.
We're doing a specialist wedding flash sale tomorrow morning. I think the idea is that if you want to do something very, very quickly, like we are in 36 hours, you need a very special offer. And shoe sale is probably not a special enough offer to get people excited about spreading it to their friends and talking about it and generating buzz. Whereas if you've got something unique and specific around the whole wedding event, it's a very specific and strong need.
With regards to the task of having like a wedding bridal expo tomorrow morning, yes, we're excited about it. There is a shortage of wedding shoes here in South Africa. So yes, I think any bride out there would be excited to come through. The Orange team finally agreed to a strategy. They're going to find a restaurant that doesn't have an online presence and will set them up with e-commerce functionality. They'll leverage off existing online tools by creating an online store on Snapply and by offering discounts on Groupon. Snapply is an online shopfront where users can upload products and sell them at a specified price. All the payment logistics are handled by the website. Groupon is an online coupon system offering its users massive discounts on products that are marketed through the site. Groupon have an online presence of over 4 million active users, and Paul believes it's crucial to engage this user base because they're off to such a late start. They will also drive volume by using social networks like Twitter and Facebook and by sending emails to their own personal databases. They finally head out to find a restaurant to partner with.
Their first stop is an upmarket hotel 2 blocks away from Sandton City.
It's a very central location. You can see the whole borderline of Sandton. And you can also see the borderline of Johannesburg, so it's a very nice setting if the restaurant were to be this restaurant. You can see the top of the Hyundai balloon, which is what we also want to incorporate in the package, so make it a whole deal. You like?
It's very nice. I mean, a place with orchids on their tables is pretty fancy.
Okay, so basically we met Stan, the general manager of Radisson Blue. We've discussed with him if we can come up with a special deal for a dinner meal per person. Up to 2, 4 or 6 people that they can buy as a voucher, and we can put on Snappily and also Groupon.
We're here at Trump's to try to get them to help us out with some juice and some champagne for tomorrow. How's it? Hi.
Dero.
Yeah.
Ellen, pleased to meet you.
Hi, Ellen. When people come in, they can have a sip and look at shoes, you know, to give them a nice treat. We saw the guys from Trump's. They are willing to sponsor us with some juice and some sparkling wine and sparkling juice for tomorrow morning. As people come in to look at shoes, they can have some juice, you know, bring in class.
As usual, nobody can say no to Lebo, and he secures ice cream for tomorrow's mini wedding expo.
We can help you out on that one.
Man. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I'll see you tomorrow at 9.
That's 9. Socrates. Okay, that's fine.
The Orange team have found their way to Sandton City and approach a popular African restaurant on the square.
We've got a website, but it's not up and running. And the reason is because we're still looking at the concept and we're not quite sure where we want to take it.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's why it's quite open to you guys.
Let me quickly tell you what Groupon does, okay? So Groupon
they've already done. They've used
they
it
haven't
before.
done Groupon though.
They've used data deals.
You won't do Groupon.
At the end of the day, we've got to sell something for you guys. What can we use right now for a kind of a marketing activation?
Well, we do a rum steak and a beer, chips obviously, and then a sauce of your choice. And we can do that for 90 Rand. It would cost you around 140, 150 or something.
Altogether, the whole.
Altogether, yeah.
The team split up to maximize time. Paul and Sebenzile visit a venue opposite the Gautrain. The manager is interested in promoting sales before peak time traffic periods.
That we can tap into that.
So if you come and spend your voucher between 3 and 5, you get buy one, get one free cocktails.
Yeah.
Can we say that? Okay. Sounds like a great deal.
Alrighty.
Nice meeting you.
So this was a successful meeting. We're very happy with this guy. He's very keen to offer 2 deals, 50 Rand for 100 Rand and 100 Rand for 200 Rand, on condition you bring people with you to spend it. He's also not averse to using Groupon, so in terms of our short-term goals, we'll definitely get sales.
In a hotel adjoining Sandton City, Sean visits an upmarket restaurant to see if they would be interested in offering discount vouchers.
We need to set up an e-commerce site for any business of our choice. We decided to go with a restaurant and offer meal vouchers on certain websites.
We've done a couple of vouchers like that in the past, and we found it really works well.
Would you be willing to make a package so that we can have 100 Rand per person or 300 Rand per person?
Like I say, that's normally how we do it. Okay. But we've got to look at a clever way of actually enticing the guests to come back.
This is the landing page for Socrates Shoes at the moment. Obviously, we've used the image on the top left to promote the wedding flash sale. So useful space where people look first, top left. Then there's a bunch of posts. One is around the actual sale itself, so it's got a nice image of one of the shoes. So we're hoping to get lots of traffic to the site and most importantly, feed in store and money out of wallets into the Socrates till.
Back in the think tank, the Orange team have chosen who to work with.
The group that I'm in, the Orange team, we've decided to work with your company. And we'd like to come around at around 2:30, 3:15 to discuss some like final things and what the deal that we are going to put together for Groupon. You can't do it today?
I've got an insane week, my friend. Unfortunately.
Would it be possible to do it over the phone then?
Definitely not.
As you guys heard, that Maximilian is not interested in doing it. Not interested, he just doesn't have time.
I'm thinking go Rococo. They've done the thing before and the people have bought.
In In terms of Khota, I know they don't want to do Groupon.
If we don't use Groupon, then we had better be sure of a strategy.
The Orange team is ready to make a decision, but many of their plans are falling away. They now only have one option.
So is that I'm speaking to?
We're waiting one for two for the one, right?
The MTN guys.
Ish. Hey, what a combination of events.
Fun time.
Things were looking good, and then all of a sudden,
I was into this task. 18 hours into the task.
What do you think if we add a few menus for greens?
Yeah,
you're right.
That'd be
Because there
great.
is 2 or 3 styles that
Perfect.
we can add.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, let's do that.
Can add that one.
Graham adds a gallery of men's shoes to the Facebook page. He also teaches Natalie the ins and outs of e-commerce so she can take it forward to ensure sustainability.
And then that automatically added.
That's already gonna work.
The situation is tense back at the think tank. The Orange team will have to pull off a miracle to avoid being called up for review.
yes, we can chat, and that's a good idea.
That's what I'm trying to say, so we can talk
Hey
about...
guys,
Hi, what's the chava?
why are you guys still here? I thought I'd find you in Sandton City or something.
Oh, we were in Santa City.
And we came back. Basically, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
The one Radisson Blue that we liked, he doesn't want to do a deal because of our package that we want to do. Unfortunately, he wasn't going to make enough profit. Maximilian, which is unfortunately too busy to help us this week.
Yeah.
Le Khotla is a great restaurant. It's the biggest restaurant we've targeted, 500 people. We're going to now come up with a strategy to basically use Snaply.
As of right now, we've already got 20 people who like the page within the first hour of its life, so word's spreading. The guys sent out an SMS to their base. We've had 75 people click through from that link to the Facebook page to have a look at the event and find out more about it so far, and people are still clicking through every couple of minutes.
Okay, now I'm liking it.
You're liking it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it.
Like it.
With a lot of catching up to do, the Orange team finally pack up and head to the restaurant on Sandton Square. They'll create a Snaply store to sell meal specials and have convinced the manager to offer cocktail specials on Groupon to push volume.
If we get Groupon done and Snappy done, we've got the core of activity finished.
Okay.
Okay. The other things that are quite important that needs to be done is the getting the word out, especially to our databases.
Okay, so I'll do the letter.
And then the other thing that needs to be done is the pictures. I'll take those pictures.
Where do you want to take a picture? In here or?
Maybe out there in a nice
It's
table.
quite nice on the light though.
Melissa, okay.
Let's have a look. That's great. I'd pay 95 for that.
Let's check it out. So SA Weddings have posted us on their Facebook page.
Let me see.
They've got everything that we need. So that's gone out to their 3,500 followers. So that's just gone up on their wall. I'm going to try put together the Facebook ad quickly, okay?
Oh, that one for $1,000.
Yeah.
With only 12 hours to go, Ezra and Werner from the board arrive at Sandton City to see how the teams are doing.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hello, guys. We've got a great deal with Groupon going at the moment. So
Ezra and Werner are not happy that the team are using Groupon. The brief was to set up their own platform and not just to piggyback off an existing one.
I'm slightly taken aback by the approach you guys
I'm
have taken.
disappointed.
I think
You're taken aback. I'm
show
disappointed.
us the metal, guys. You've been on this 24 hours and I don't see any action.
You guys are in the top 5. I want
This
more.
is disappointing.
This is it, eh? More than just what you're giving us, eh?
Oh.
Afternoon, gents.
Afternoon.
How's it, guys?
All right, how are you? Good.
Cool. All the stuff that we've been doing is web-based. So we're using the MTN resources in terms of internet access, the laptop, all the basic tools that are in place.
The hardware in the toolbox has enabled you to do this?
Absolutely, yeah. So having basically anyone who has the toolbox in place can go and use the various tools that we've used from Facebook to Twitter, etc., etc.
And remember, the devil's in the detail. We want to see the detail.
All right. It's not enough for you guys to just show and say, here's we created a Facebook page, a Twitter. That's not all I'm looking for.
It's a job well done, I think, so far. Keep going, eh?
As the green team leave the store, the orange team are still hard at work.
Guys, we're receiving orders. Yes! Can't believe we got it right. Okay, next, keep moving.
How many orders?
Well, just one.
Just one?
Just one. Yeah,
We got our first
better than
one.
nothing.
As the day draws to a close, Sean is more than happy to sample one of the cocktail specials. Tomorrow is going to be a big day for both teams. The board will be on the lookout for a potential blue chip and the 2 entrepreneurs who will be called up for review. It's the final day of the challenge, and the teams only have a few hours to drive traffic to their e-commerce platforms. The question in the air is whether the green team are promoting e-commerce or merely marketing the brand using online platforms, which is not directly in line with the brief. Have they fully scrutinized and used the tools given to them by the board?
The time that we got left, I think we still can achieve a lot of things because there's something that we nearly missed on this whole task. You remember yesterday when the judges were here?
Yeah.
They said to us, what tools did we use? When I was in the room last night, I thought. And then I went back to the manual that they gave us.
Yeah.
There is something called MTN Biz Assist. Last night I went through the brief and I looked at the other things. I said to Graham, these are the things that we're missing on the brief. Let's work on them.
Yeah, they're particular things like membership to particular organizations or specific MTN networking forums and that kind of stuff that we hadn't actually thought too much about using. We were thinking, connectivity, what do you do with that?
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. How's it going?
How's it?
It's now 10 o'clock. We've got 2 hours left. Can you please quickly tell us what the clicks are?
What the clicks? Oh, great. So, I'm only able to see the views on a per product basis, and right now we're at 225 views in total.
That's awesome. That's 100.
225 views in total.
But is that enough to prove that they have used the tools to set up a functional e-commerce platform? Luckily, Natalie is an existing MTN client, and Lebo starts to set her up on their small business network.
The owner of Socrates shop has an MTN number. Hold on.
Hello.
The ladies saw the Facebook message. They responded to the SMS, and then from the SMS they saw the Facebook page. They're here already. I can see they've got the Bride magazine. This is good. When is the wedding? September. That's good to plan now. And the shoes are beautiful and the prices are very good. On the internet, with our internet. She got an SMS, then Facebook, and she saw what she liked on Facebook and she came through first thing.
And now we've got a sale.
Through momentum. So you create this momentum rush.
The orange team are moving fast to drive traffic to the Snapply store they've set up. They each use their personal databases, including Sean's business database of over 4,000 emails. Now all they can do is sit back and wait for online sales to flow in.
Facebook page.
This morning, I found this morning pretty tough. There were customers who pitched up, sales were made, clicks were made on the website, but it wasn't that feeling of, wow, we've really, done done this thing and cracked it, and you kind of can't feel relaxed around a mediocre or moderately good outcome. You want a knockout outcome.
It's almost time for the review. Time is up, and there is nothing more the teams can do.
I don't want to excite anyone here, but there's a pending order for 10 steaks.
Really?
What? Just wait till it goes through. The email will come through if it does happen. Do you see that? Do you know what that means?
So all of this is...
That means, I think this has gone through. Yeah, 750 Rand. Well done. Ka-ching. The judges?
Dying to hear what you guys have done. Let's go for it. What have you done?
Snapply is an account where you can put a product on the internet and someone can go and buy it either with a direct EFT or with a credit card.
The final results are over 1,000 clicks.
Over 1,000?
260 unique visitors, which is quite a key indicator. And yeah, it's been a fantastic experience to see our results come through now.
And with regards to the MTN toolkit, we used Google Ads using keywords such as restaurant, Joburg, Sentin, African cuisine, and we actually had about over 19,000 impressions with 32 clicks to our website.
We actually had sales yesterday. So 16 items were sold, one of which was a test, 5 which was internal, and 10 external sales that we made.
Great. Okay.
Excellent stuff.
We introduced them to the MTN toolbox. Firstly, we registered them with MTN Business Assist, and with this Business Assist they can, like they say, learn, save and grow. They will learn whatever techniques that are there and products and services that MTN Business Assist is offering, and they will grow from it.
You're reading off the brochure as to what services MTN offers. Okay, I'm not interested in that. Okay.
I'm just telling you about the
Lebo?
membership.
I'm not interested in what's in the brochure. We know that, okay? And we appreciate that you may have shared that with Natalie.
Yeah.
I want you to demonstrate as to how you've used the tools in the MTN Business in a Box to enable Socrates to create an e-commerce platform.
What Ezra was annoyed about was not really the content of what he said, but the fact that he was looking down at the leaflet and sort of showing the leaflet and almost felt, I think Ezra sort of felt he was kind of reading from the player sheet instead of saying, we got these tools, getting that out of the way in the first 5 seconds and then saying, this is how we specifically use them in this business. What we've done around that is we've allowed Socrates to tap into e-commerce tools that they weren't using up to this point. So that's a Facebook page, which got 400 hits and 100 fans within a 24-hour period, which is a great start, given that it grows exponentially. We promoted traffic to that Facebook page through tools like Google Ads, which is obviously also comes out of MTN Business in a Box, that were highly targeted at the target audience of women who are engaged and about to be married. We also used Facebook ads. We had about 10,000 Facebook displays that resulted in 120 clicks through to the site. That's something that anyone who has MTN Business in the Box can use those tools immediately and start directing traffic towards their page and business into their store.
This will be one of the hardest eliminations the board has faced. Both teams managed to create online platforms for their respective brands. What criteria will the board use to select a winning team and name a blue chip? These decisions now lie in the hands of Ezra and the board.
I think how the drama played itself out was very interesting. The orange team, they had a late start.
Yeah, but if you remember when they presented, we said it's surprising that you have so many options and you haven't honed in on one option because we haven't got much time.
Which is true. But surprisingly, I mean, towards the finish, they just simply met the criteria that we'd set out for them.
Yes, I mean, the first 24 hours they did nothing. They had nothing on the table. Whereas Graham and
the green team
immediately
had a
got
plan.
going, and they had Facebook in place, Twitter in place. Yeah.
Okay, shall we go and tell them?
Yep.
Let's do that. Afternoon, guys. Surprisingly, you always and consistently through all of these challenges. You get to use the toolbox that we give you guys almost towards the end of the challenge. I don't think that there's a connection between the toolbox that we give you guys and the challenge. Because if that connection was there, you would know that that's the first port of call for clues, for assistance, and for resources. Sebenzile, I would have expected you as a blue chip to give direction, much more better direction. I think you needed to be kind of more prescriptive in terms of the business that you wanted to deal with. Paul, you are very techno-savvy. Your knowledge of technology didn't play itself out until the last part of the challenge. I expected that to come afore much, much earlier in the episode. Sean, I expect of you as a team player to always try and listen, especially if that's not your area of expertise. I didn't see that. Graham, I expected of you to use your IT as well as your marketing experience and expertise better. You did, but you could do better. Lebohang, get to know technology. You cannot run any business without the knowledge of technology and the benefit that technology can bring to you. We required of you to go and set up an e-platform, an e-commerce platform for a non-franchise and non-corporate small business. This in Sandton City. And we would measure you on clicks, click-through rates, as well as orders placed. And the team that best met that criteria is the Orange team. Congratulations, you guys. Congratulations, you guys. Congratulations. And now for the blue chip moment. As you know, blue chip status goes to the person that has demonstrated support and good performance in the task, in any of the tasks. And I think you would know that the blue chip could come from the winning team or the losing team. The blue chip for this challenge is Graham Rao. Graham, for your support. It doesn't matter which team you work with. You've demonstrated amazing support. Well done. Here's your blue chip.
Wow. Dinner with captains of industry. That sounds pretty awesome.
That is tonight.
Tonight.
You're going with me to a dinner with the captains of industry. Congratulations. And of course, as you would know, somebody has to go home. For the moment of the two people that would be up for review, as you would know, somebody has to go home. For the moment of the two people that would be up for review, Sean Hyde.
It was unfair that I got pulled up for review when I was the one drawing the people to the website where Lebohang didn't touch the computer in the whole e-commerce challenge.
Sean, I think you need to work on your emotional intelligence and social skills. From a business perspective, you need to be able to draw lines. You need to know when to take direction, especially when you are not an expert in the field that you're dealing with. And the next person is Sebenzile.
No, I wasn't surprised my name was called out for review. Technically, I wasn't strong on this particular task.
Sebenzile, you were the blue chip. You demonstrated in the previous challenge amazing leadership, quietly leading in the back and really, really supporting the team to win in the previous challenge. In this challenge, I was disappointed purely because I didn't see your leadership coming afore. You don't wait to be validated by your peers appointing you as a leader. You assume the leadership position by virtue of having led a team successfully so. I'm now going to give each one of you 30 seconds to tell me why you should not be sent home. Sean, go.
In this task, I knew nothing about the electronic field and e-commerce. I've learned a huge amount. I did what I could to incorporate what I've learned from my business in terms of database, the Facebook and the Twitter. I incorporate that. I was a good team player. Yes, I did have an argument with Paul because I felt strongly about a point, and I feel if you strongly about a point, you stick onto it. But I did, in terms of buckle and go with the team. We did stick together as a team, and we ended up with a great result.
Thank you, Sean. Sebenzile?
Thank you, Ezra.
You have 30 seconds. Please go for it.
Thank you, Ezra. In this particular task, it was in my area of expertise, which is why I didn't take the shine or try to put an agenda. But constantly, I tried to put both my team members in place and give them a way forward. So I did take leadership skills. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's confer. You both know that getting this far is an honor. You have proven you have what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. However, as the teams are getting smaller, I want to see more and more of your entrepreneurial capacity coming afore. Sebenzile, you will be with us in the next challenge. Sean, you didn't catch your big break this time. Congratulations. Good luck. Prove me wrong.
It's said that Sean had to go home, but someone had to go home, you know? I mean, we were both up for review, so it could have been me.
I feel I stepped on a lot of judges' toes because I call a spade, or I ask awkward questions, or the way I come across. For them to tell me that me as a person is wrong, I'm immature and childish and the way I come across is wrong, I will take that, but they obviously do not know who I am.
We're now down to the top 4. Stay tuned for scenes from next week's show.
The Funky Clown.
The Funky Clown.
The Funky Clown is in town.
We're 35 minutes in, and we've sold over 100 snow cones already.
Everyone, this line over here.
Another popcorn.
Guys, time is up. Time is up.